Hello? Hello. Are you awake? Ah, splendid. Friend, you seem to have taken quite the tumble. What brings you to the mud? Ah, a drunken stupor, no doubt. No doubt in my mind of minds. Please get up, come inside. It's much warmer indoors than it is with the rain. The rain erodes, you know. Isn't that more comfortable? You know, he actually raises a interesting question. Being in a drunken stupor, not remembering. Did any of it really happen at all? After all, what is reality if not perception? Simply what you see, touch, and are made aware of. For if you're not aware of it, how does it exist to you? To be aware is to be consenting. But I'm sure you did not come here for semantics. No, there's bigger fish to fry than that. Can I get you something? A drink? Perfect. One moment. There you go, friend. Why, yes, liquor, of course. What else would I have? Just, ease off the bleeding pain, I suppose. Do you have a name, stranger? That name. Is it of biblical origin? Ah, you see. Well, for lack of better, you can just call me the judge. Why, yes, I sometimes come around to preferring titles over names. Judge, suzerain, all that. Granted, friends of mine call me Holden. Last name, to be clear. But what are names if not explanations of who we are in brief, non-broad terminology, no? For it is only once you have your name do people really consider you human. Or a title. Unless you don't count the rich man as human. After all, you don't even know half of their names, do you? No, I assumed not. You know, it reminds me of a story. The whole titles and names and such. Two men sitting around a campfire one night, talking about hunting, birds in particular. One of them asked the other, what does this have to do with hunting? For you see, the first man, he had gone on some long tangent about suzerains and, I suppose, destiny, for lack of a better term. Manifested destiny. So, of course, the first man turns to him, and he simply says, the freedom of birds insults him, and he would have them all put in a zoo. What does that have to do with titles? Suppose you just haven't figured that part out yet. You will. Trust me, everyone does. At some point or another, we all smarten up. We have to. Because we have to justify the air in our lungs and the ground beneath boot. For what if them, if not for convenience? Alive, if not breathing, alive, if not standing, speaking. And how can you have a title if not for speech? No. Perhaps you may be Still too much in a stupor to understand that. Perhaps. Perhaps it is so. Oh, yes, the trophies on the wall, of course, yes. Deer, bison, buffalo. Just about any natural piece of animalistic non-order you could think of. You know, I keep a journal. For if it exists, I must be aware of it. The wall, the journal, they remind me. Granted, I'm more of a drifter than a houseman, I suppose. Not very often do I settle down in one or another place. But when I do, it is quite sweet. We all aspire to be homeowners one day, if not for the problem of money, social expectation, lack of travel, perhaps maybe building your own. We all aspire for a simpler life, a better one. Work less, smile more. But what is humanity if not the work they produce? No. For it is humanity's right to work. To work. To continue working. To one day die, and then that corpse will be put to work irrigating the ground. All of it. Continuation of a long game that we've all found ourselves in. Good friend? To many people it would be hell. But it's heaven to true dancers like us, Yes, it is heaven. To be a dancer, you must know the steps, of course, though. The choreography. Every little piece has to come together, and only a true dancer can do such without needing information of some kind to have it produced for him in a timely fashion. For it is a dancer's duty to continue the dance, whether that dance is in life, in war, in blood. I don't consider myself a violent man. I barely consider myself human. But what is humanity, if not the violence that is produced from said work? Yes. A spectacle, you could almost call it, the dance. For they are dancing. Dancing. And the dancers will never die. You know, there's a terminology one could use. A great favorite, if you will. Only a dancer can continue the dance, for they have the favor of destiny. Manifested destiny, of course. A man who will never die is a man who could continue to dance. After all, I'm far too old to consider myself not dancing anymore. The sun itself is a spotlight, and despite under my hat and robes, I still consider myself under that spotlight. And when the moon comes up, the dance becomes a more true dance, a chill, a breeze. And it requires the largeness of heart, doesn't it? I take it you're still not entirely sure what I'm even rambling about. I suppose so. Not many people do anymore. Not many. Not many at all. Well, to put it in simple terms, to live is to have lived. And you cannot have if you do not know. So for something to truly have been, you have to have known it, and to have known it, you have to have given consent to it. Right, friend? Yes, quite so. Quite so. But of course, you knew all that already. Whether it's the air in your lung or the ground beneath boot. You know all these things, do you not? Because all of them are real. They're real, and you know they are. The only thing I think you may be questioning is real, is this very conversation. Because this conversation could end in 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this audio. I really wanted to try something different, and I have a throat thing going on right now, so I figured while I have the bit more gravel than I have usually, I could throw out something new, something original that I wouldn't normally do, you know? Something I gotta put maybe a little bit less effort in, because I don't know if I'm gonna do more of this character, but I enjoyed doing it, and I hoped you enjoyed listening. As always, drink your water, do your exercises, have an amazing day, and I hope to catch you in the next one.